there, how are you? It's time for another creepy story, isn't it? Today's story, it's from the website Creepypasta from the Crypt. It's a French website, and with the help of the Microsoft Edge, I was able to put it into English. Today's Creepypasta is called Le Rituel de l'étranger, or The Ritual of the Stranger. The Ritual of the Stranger seems to be quite recent. It was indeed published on October 29, 2014 on Creepypasta Wiki by a certain Sealer1610, a fan of heroes, I presume. Just like with other similar games, Host Game, Raconteur, Midnight Game, etc. The summoning part involves the use of a door, although it is not really known who or what is being invoked. The Stranger Ritual is a kind of pact with the devil, although the demon you might have to deal with isn't exactly specified. I can't really, in good conscience, recommend anyone to play similar games, let alone this one. For that matter, it is indeed particularly discouraged. Hurting others has always been a big no in my stories, and in many other stories as well. You don't just play at your own risk here, you're also putting someone else at risk. Players. 1 person. Requirements. A door, ideally made of wood. The door must have a lock, but it must not have a window or peephole. A white candle, a black candle, a lighter or matches. A gift. The gift must not be an object of power or any talisman. It will actually have to be the opposite, something that has no connection of any kind with you. So buy this gift on the day you intend to perform the ritual. Any treats or sweets are recommended. Something to write. Chalk is recommended. A photograph of a person who meets the following specifications. You must have taken the photo yourself. The photo should be as recent as possible. The photograph must not depict anyone in your family. Instructions. The invitation. Start after dark. You can start at any time as long as the sun has set. However, to get the best possible results, it is recommended to start by being as close as possible to midnight. Make sure you are alone in the place where the ritual will take place. Close all windows, pull out all the curtains, cover all mirrors, and turn off lights. Keep the photograph with you. Close the door. With what you have taken to write the word stranger. Place the 2 candles on each side of the door. Which color is placed on which side does not matter. Light them with your lighter or matches. Place the gift in front of the door. If it opens inwards, also make sure that the gift is far enough away so that it is not touched or knocked over when the gift opens. Knock on the door 3 times. Hold on. If you only hear a heavy silence in the room, do not continue. Wipe the word written on the door, lock it, and blow out the candles. Wait until sunrise. After this one, you will be able to unlock and open the door. If you hear 3 knocks coming from the other side of the door, you can continue. Open the door slightly. No more than an inch or two. But don't look outside. After doing this, turn around and place your back on the fighter, as well as your gift. The exchange of gifts. Behind you, the door will open completely. You will then feel a presence. This indicates that the stranger has arrived. Do not turn around. Do not look at the stranger. If the stranger does not approve your gift, do not continue. Don't turn around. Don't look at the stranger. Apologize to him. Stay where you are until sunrise. If, for some reason, you do not wish to continue at this stage, apologize to the stranger and politely ask him to leave. The door will close and you can turn around, wipe the word written on it, lock it and blow out the candles. Wait until sunrise. Do not unlock the door before the sun rises. If he approves the gift, he will ask you for the name. Look at your photo and say out loud the name of the person it represents. Hold on. You will then hear the door close and the presence of the stranger will disappear. Once the flap is closed and the presence evaporated, turn around. Your gift should no longer be present. Wipe the word written on the door, lock it, and blow out the candles. Wait until sunrise. Do not unlock the door before the sun rises. Burn the photo as soon as possible. Do not neglect this step. Results. Keep an eye on obituaries over the next 3 days. If you see the name you have given abroad appear, the ritual can be considered a success, to the extent that any ritual of this kind can be considered a success. Additional notes. As long as you don't turn around or look at the stranger, you don't have to fear him. He's your guest, and as such, he won't hurt you. However, if the stranger does not approve your gift, or if you choose to abandon the ritual after the entity arrives, it is recommended that you do not attempt to perform this ritual again in the future. Never again. The stranger would be very unhappy with you. After the arrival of the stranger, it is imperative that you do not turn around or look at him. The consequences may vary from person to person, but at the best, the stranger will never leave. Regarding photography, do not forget to burn it if it has not been destroyed by fire by the time the victim dies. Well, let's say you won't be able to keep an eye on obituaries anymore. Stranger. What happens if you use a photo that doesn't meet the requirements? It probably just won't work. See how a batch of cookies won't give what you want when you get out of the oven if you omit one of the ingredients when you prepare them? It's the same with the requirements of any game or ritual. What happens once the stranger has left with the gift and the person's name? Your environment will return to normal. Although, do not forget to fill in the instructions that follow the meeting with: erase the door, erase the word, lock the door, extinguish the candles, wait for the sunrise to unlock the door and burn the photo. If I perform the ritual correctly for the first time, can I do it again? You can always try to do it again. As to whether you should try again, that's another question. I wouldn't, and that goes for all games like that. Unless the instructions make it clear that it's possible to try the experiment again. I'd rather think of most of these games as something to do only once. In this particular case, I do not think the foreigner would appreciate being asked for favors on a regular basis. Should we stay awake all night? Unless the instructions in any game indicate that you should go to sleep, it's probably safer to stay awake. This way, you'll be aware of everything that might be happening in the space around you before the time comes when you'll be safe. That said, as long as you stay in the room with the door closed, once the stranger is gone, you should remain more or less unharmed, even if you fall asleep. Probably. So, he's a kind of ethereal hitman? We can say that. How long does it take to hear the 3 knocks on the door? If the blows are to happen, they may not happen instantly. If the knocks are to happen, they may not happen instantly. But it will be quite fast. You're not going to wait for them an hour or anything. How do I know if the gift is not approved? You will know. What if the door does not have a lock? Don't perform the ritual. The instructions state the door must have a lock. So if this one is not the case, at best, the ritual will not work. At worst, well, let's say the lock is there for a reason. When is better to burn the photo? Do we have to wait until the morning? Or is it possible to burn it immediately after extinguishing the candles and erasing the name? I think you have to wait until sunrise. I have always seen this step at the last. After locking the door, extinguishing the candles, erasing the name, waiting for the sun to rise and unlocking the door. Is it possible to use a digital photo of the person? If so, would it be enough to delete the photo, or would it be necessary to burn the device on which is it located? I would avoid technology that points its nose where it's not necessary tends to make everything screwed up. Also, the ritual specifies very explicitly that the photograph itself must be destroyed by fire, so I don't think deletion would work. It ignores the instruction regarding destruction by fire. Just as I don't think burning the camera would work. You burn the camera, not the photo. Details matter. Can the photo be of oneself? It could. But in this case, you would only offer yourself abroad. If your life is valuable to you, then don't give photography of yourself. What happens if you film the ritual with a camera? Is it possible to look at the stranger through the camera? No. Even if you look at the stranger through a camera, it is still him that you are looking at, which you are expressly told not to do. Don't do it. I would also avoid bringing any electronic device to a ritual. So, did you enjoy this one? If yes, you can leave a like, or you may subscribe for more creepypastas. Have a good night.